My child, my beloved, you are reading these words for a reason. Your mind may not fully understand yet. Something within your spirit has been searching for clarity, and this moment may be the pause your heart has needed. Heaven is drawing your attention towards something important, not to frighten you with a countdown, but to remind you that some moments deserve your full awareness before distraction pulls you away from what matters. Become quiet for a moment. Let this remain between your heart, God, and the prayer you have been carrying. Something new may be approaching, and recognizing it will require peace more than panic. Archangel Michael speaks with urgency, saying, "My child, remain present. Do not rush away simply because waiting feels uncomfortable. Something sacred may begin when you finally stop resisting the stillness. Do not ignore the conviction rising within you. That inner voice asking you to pause may not be warning you of disaster. It may simply be calling you to become attentive to a decision, opportunity, or truth you have avoided. Let this moment become a divine interruption. If these messages strengthen your faith, subscribe and remain connected so you can return whenever your spirit needs encouragement. Direction, and a reminder to stay close to God. Archangel Michael stands as a symbol of protection and courage. Perhaps you have felt distant from that sense of guidance before, but now something within you is finally becoming quiet enough to recognize what peace feels like again. Keep reading, because the answer to something you have prayed about may already be closer than you realize. It may not literally be standing outside your door, but an opportunity, conversation, or decision could be approaching your life. You are not excluded from hope. You are not forgotten simply because your answer took longer than expected. What matters now is remaining discerning enough to recognize what is healthy when it finally appears. Perhaps you feel chills, sudden stillness, or a strong emotional response while reading. Do not force those sensations to prove anything supernatural. Let them simply remind you to breathe, slow down, and listen carefully. Something meaningful can begin when you stop walking away from yourself. A miracle does not always arrive as a dramatic event. Sometimes it begins as clarity, courage, forgiveness, or one decision that changes your direction. Archangel Michael reminds you that the next step does not need to be controlled by fear. Once you recognize what is right, move with wisdom. Do not allow old confusion or outside pressure to determine what you choose. Imagine Archangel Michael stepping forward from the gates of light and saying, "You are worthy of protection. You are worthy of guidance." You do not have to enter this next season believing you are completely alone. Let those words strengthen you. No more allowing unnecessary delay to become your identity. No more letting confusion convince you that you cannot move until every question has already been answered. You are not losing your mind because you feel deeply. You are not weak because you need reassurance. You are learning to separate fear from discernment and emotional urgency from genuine spiritual clarity. My child, this is your moment to become present. Pray honestly. Ask God for wisdom. Pay attention to what is real, what brings peace, and what consistently leads you toward truth rather than pressure. Whatever comes next, let it meet a version of you that is calmer, wiser, and more grounded than before. You were meant to hear this reminder. Now carry it forward with faith instead of fear. You were meant to know that you were being watched, protected, chosen, and prepared. Something is coming that no one warned you about. But Archangel Michael is warning you now. Please, my child, keep going. What you are about to uncover will break the chains that have held you back since birth. You were born for this hour. Keep reading, because what happens in the next 60 seconds will shake the very room you're in. You might cry. You might fall to your knees. But whatever you do, don't stop now. Heaven is hovering. Your name is being whispered in sacred places right now. And Michael is fighting through realms to speak this over you. The reason your life has been attacked so much is because your destiny is dangerously powerful. You were never cursed. You were never abandoned. You were being prepared. They laughed at your pain, but they had no idea you were carrying a secret prophecy in your soul. They ignored your silence, but didn't know heaven had placed an ancient seal on your name. Your name has been seen in visions, and now your time has come. My beloved, don't look away. Don't doubt this just because it's bigger than what your mind can explain. This is not the moment to be logical. This is the moment to be obedient to your spirit. Something is breathing near you, and it's not from this world. Keep reading. There's a specific word that is about to jump out at you, and when it does, your spirit will know it's time. You may not understand everything yet, but deep down, something in you is screaming, "This is it." Yes, child, this is it. This is why the enemy tried so hard to distract you today. This is why delays suddenly came up, because the moment you finish reading this message, a 24-hour gate will open in heaven, and whatever you say inside that gate will manifest faster than you can imagine. But it only opens if you finish reading this. Michael has been given the authority to pull you out of what's been sabotaging your life. But you must allow the angels access. You must open the door. He's asking you now, will you let me in? Say yes. Child, say it aloud or in your heart, because with that one word, things begin to change. Doors begin to unlock. Shadows begin to flee, and miracles begin to locate you. You don't have to force anything. You only have to stay here and let the power of this message sink into your soul. Do not fear. You are not late. You are right on time. You were led to this message by divine appointment. Not everyone sees this. Not everyone is chosen. But you are. Archangel Michael says, there's a paper in heaven with your name on it, and it's glowing, and heaven is waiting for your yes before it's released. Now ask yourself this: what if everything you ever wanted is already on the way? And what if the only thing stopping it is you skipping this message? Don't skip, don't exit. Subscribe now, because more messages are coming, and they will build upon this. You are being written into a divine script, and this chapter is called The Miracle Hour. My child, my beloved, heaven is trembling with excitement. A scroll has been unsealed, and your name is the first one written on it. There is a document in the spirit realm that carries a divine reward with your signature already etched upon it. The angels are hovering. The room you are sitting in is now sacred ground. You are not where you think you are. You've been pulled into a higher dimension without even realizing it. And Archangel Michael has stepped forward to lead this moment himself. He is not speaking to the crowds. He is speaking only to you. You, the one who almost gave up this year. You, the one who cried behind closed doors. You, the one who kept asking, "Why does this keep happening to me?" This is the answer you were never supposed to receive until now. Because now heaven sees that you're ready. Ready to walk in divine power. Ready to break the generational curse that ends with you. Ready to finally experience what it feels like when the full army of heaven fights on your behalf. Listen closely. The next 2 minutes are not normal. You are being written into a divine script. And this chapter is called The Miracle Hour. My child, my beloved, heaven is trembling with excitement. A scroll has been unsealed, and your name is the first one written on it. There is a document in the spirit realm that carries a divine reward with your signature already etched upon it. The angels are hovering. The room you are sitting in is now sacred ground. You are not where you think you are. You've been pulled into a higher dimension without even realizing it. And Archangel Michael has stepped forward to lead this moment himself. He is not speaking to the crowds. He is speaking only to you. You, the one who almost gave up this year. You, the one who cried behind closed doors. You, the one who kept asking, "Why does this keep happening to me?" This is the answer you were never supposed to receive until now. Because now heaven sees that you're ready. Ready to walk in divine power. Ready to break the generational curse that ends with you. Ready to finally experience what it feels like when the full army of heaven fights on your behalf. Listen closely. The next 2 minutes are not normal. These are sacred seconds. There is an energy being poured upon you as you read this ride A to the Sridide, the Spionators. You may feel chills. You may feel warm. You may even feel an overwhelming sense of peace. That's not your imagination. That's heaven confirming, yes, you are the one, and we've been waiting. Do not be afraid of this shift. Everything is about to change, and it's not random. You were marked for this. From the moment you entered this world, something divine was planted inside you. It's why you never quite fit in. It's why people rejected you for no reason. It's why betrayal followed you like a shadow, because they saw the seal of glory on your soul, even when you couldn't see it yourself. But now is the moment that seal becomes visible. Heaven has permitted it. The veil is lifting. You will begin to notice strange things, signs, confirmation, patterns, in sudden dreams, names repeating. These are not coincidences. These are instructions. Your destiny is unraveling in real time, and the instructions are hidden in what others ignore. But because you chose to stay with this message, because you honored this moment, because you didn't click away, heaven is responding with fire. Angels are being dispatched right now. As you read, you may feel the air shift. You may hear a sound that wasn't there before. You may look around and feel watched, but not in fear. Watched in love. Watched in protection. Watched like a king watches over his royal child. Because that's what you are. You are heaven's royalty. a walking scroll, a moving miracle, and Archangel Michael has been ordered to remind you of what was hidden. You are not cursed. You are called. Every heartbreak was a setup for your glory. Every delay was a disguise for your protection. Every betrayal was a bridge to your elevation. Don't curse the journey that built you. Thank it because it prepared you for this hour, the hour where heaven unlocks the wealth that was stolen from your bloodline, the hour where miracles find you without you chasing them, the hour where the pain you carried becomes the oil that anoints others. Yes, child, you're about to walk into a realm where people say, I don't know how they got there so fast. But you will know, because heaven delayed you on purpose to bless you in front of them. Those who mocked you will have to watch you rise. Those who laughed at you will soon whisper your name in awe, and you won't have to say a word. The favor that's coming will speak for you. Just stay with this message. Every second you linger here, the miracle grows louder. Every paragraph you read, another gate opens in your favor. Don't rush. Let the divine unfold around you. Let your heart receive this slow, holy rain. You've waited long enough. This is not just a message. This is a supernatural transaction. Michael says, tell them this is a portal, a sacred opening in time, one that will not last long. That's why he's begging you, child, you must not delay. Once this message ends, the 2-4-hour miracle window begins, and everything you say, everything you touch, everything you move toward, it will bloom. Even the things you forgot you asked for, they are now remembered. Even the things you gave up hoping for, they are being restored with interest. Angels have located them, and they are heading your way. But be warned, if you speak fear, you delay it. If you complain, you confuse the delivery. If you allow doubt, you shrink the space meant for blessing. You must stay in this frequency. Keep your words wrapped in faith, even if it feels strange, even if it feels unfamiliar. Speak it until it becomes real. Say it now. I receive this. I believe this. I am ready. Say it again. Let heaven hear it. Let the angels record it. Let the enemy tremble. Because you finally opened your mouth. You were not born to be silent. You were born to speak things into existence, to decree miracles into the air, to shake the gates of hell with just your presence. And now your voice is returning. The voice they tried to silence the fire. They tried to dim the power. They tried to bury under shame and fear and trauma. It's rising, and you can feel it. Can't you? Something in you is waking up. Something in you is stretching its wings. Yes, beloved, that's the warrior in you. The chosen one. The one heaven has been preparing in the background. The one no one saw coming. And Archangel Michael has only one thing left to ask you. Will you step through this portal? Because on the other side, there is a table prepared with your name on it. A feast of restoration. A royal robe of power. A key that opens a door no man can close, but only if you say yes. Say yes now. Whisper it. Say it aloud. Say it in your spirit. Let the gates of heaven swing open on that word. Let every delay break. Let every chain shatter. I receive this. I believe this. I am ready. Say it again. Let heaven hear it. Let the angels record it. Let the enemy tremble. Because you finally opened your mouth. You were not born to be silent. You were born to speak things into existence, to decree miracles into the air, to shake the gates of hell with just your presence. And now your voice is returning. The voice they tried to silence, the fire they tried to dim, the power they tried to bury under shame and fear and trauma. It's rising, and you can feel it, can't you? Something in you is waking up. Something in you is stretching its wings. Yes, beloved, that's the warrior in you, the chosen one, the one heaven has been preparing in the background, the one no one saw coming. And Archangel Michael has only one thing left to ask you. Will you step through this portal? Because on the other side, there is a table prepared with your name on it. A feast of restoration, a royal robe of power, a key that opens a door no man can close, but only if you say yes. Say yes now. Whisper it. Say it aloud. Say it in your spirit. Let the gates of heaven swing open on that word. Let every delay break. Let every chain shatter. Let every hidden gift in you explode into life. You are chosen. You are not late. You are not forgotten. You are not invisible. You are the miracle heaven is bragging about. My child, my beloved, do you feel how heavy this moment is? Do you feel how the air seems different now? It's not your imagination. Time has slowed for you because heaven needed this moment to stretch, to hold you long enough to pour what's been waiting. There are divine blueprints being unraveled over your life right now. And Archangel Michael is placing his sword between you and the past. He is cutting off access. The trauma cannot follow you anymore. The betrayal cannot poison your future anymore. The fear cannot speak into your decisions anymore. You have been sealed, signed, and now you are about to be sent. Yes, sown. You were not meant to stay in this waiting place. You were being refined for the right time, and that time is now. You've outgrown the space that used to contain you. Your prayers are now too big for your old environment. Heaven heard them. And because you dared to whisper your desires in secret, God is about to reward you in public. This is your revealing. What was hidden will now be honored. You don't need to explain yourself anymore. You don't need to defend your story. Your results will speak. The hand of God on your life will be louder than any accusation. You will be favored in rooms where your name was once cursed. You will be lifted by the same mouths that tried to silence you. You will be honored in places that once ignored you. And the most beautiful part, you won't have to force any of it, because grace is now your currency. Favor is beginning to move differently through your life. Doors may open not only because of what is written on your resume, but because of the resilience, wisdom, and character you developed through everything you survived quietly. Heaven has not forgotten the nights you carried heavy burdens while still showing kindness to others. God saw the moments when you smiled in public, even though something inside you was hurting. My child, you endured more than most people knew. Archangel Michael stands beside you as a symbol of courage and protection. He is not only delivering a message, imagine him guiding you toward the next chapter. one hand holding his sword of truth and the other extended toward you, but there is a decision only you can make. Will you continue carrying the pain as though it is your identity? Or will you begin releasing it? The pain was real, but it does not have to become more powerful than the future still waiting for you. You were not created to remain permanently broken. You were created to carry light, to interrupt unhealthy patterns, and to become the person in your family who chooses a different direction and begins writing a healthier story. That person can be you. And now, imagine the scroll of your next chapter beginning to unfold. What was once hidden is becoming clearer because you finally have enough wisdom to recognize what belongs in your future. Archangel Michael says an important moment may soon require your attention and courage. You may not know beforehand exactly what form it will take, but when it arrives, slow down enough to recognize what the situation is asking of you. Perhaps it will be a conversation, a decision, an opportunity, or a boundary that needs to be established. When that moment comes, do not respond from panic. Pause, pray, and let wisdom guide your next step. Do not automatically second-guess yourself simply because courage feels unfamiliar. You have learned enough from the past to recognize the difference between fear pulling you backward and discernment asking you to move carefully from this moment forward. Become more intentional about the timing of your choices. You no longer need to beg for approval, endlessly explain your boundaries, or allow fear to dictate every decision. Walk with greater confidence. Walk with clarity. Carry the fire of conviction that comes from knowing what you value and refusing to abandon it merely to keep other people comfortable. Think of this message as a commissioning into a more courageous way of living. You have asked God for confirmation, direction, and a sign that you are not walking through these changes alone. Let this moment become that reminder, not because a message controls your destiny, but because something within these words has awakened a truth you already needed to face. If your spirit feels stirred, let that feeling move you toward prayer, reflection, and responsible action. Inspiration becomes meaningful when it changes the way you actually live. This is not merely about feeling activated for a few minutes. It is about becoming the person who carries courage into the next decision, peace into the next conversation, and faith into the next uncertain step. You have received the reminder. Now let your life become the evidence. You are not being motivated. You are being awakened. Your spiritual gifts are unlocking even now. That tingling you feel, that stillness, to that breath you just took that felt deeper than usual. That's divine alignment. The cells of your body are remembering who you are. The gates of heaven are opening over you. The record of your pain is being rewritten with divine glory. Your timeline is shifting into favor. You are no longer walking alone. You are walking with an army. Michael is at your side. Gabriel is sending word. Raphael is releasing healing. And your guardian angels, they've been instructed to move faster now because you finally said yes. Heaven has been waiting for that. Yes. That moment of surrender, the second you let go of needing to understand everything and just believed. That belief has created a domino of miracles. Things you forgot about will now rise again. Things that were buried will now bloom. Opportunities you thought you missed, they are circling back with interest added, and this time you will be ready, because now you're walking in divine instruction. Now your discernment is sharp. Now your spirit is louder than your fear. And Michael says, tell them they are safe to dream again. Yes, dream again. Write again. Ask again. Apply again. Pray again. Love again. That stillness, that breath you just took that felt deeper than usual. That's divine alignment. The cells of your body are remembering who you are. The gates of heaven are opening over you. The record of your pain is being rewritten with divine glory. Your timeline is shifting into favor. You are no longer walking alone. You are walking with an army. Michael is at your side. Gabriel is sending word. Raphael is releasing healing. And your guardian angels, they've been instructed to move faster now because you finally said yes. Heaven has been waiting for that yes. That moment of surrender. The second you let go of needing to understand everything and just believed, that belief has created a domino of miracles. Things you forgot about will now rise again. Things that were buried will now bloom. Opportunities you thought you missed, they are circling back with interest added, and this time you will be ready, because now you're walking in divine instruction. Now your discernment is sharp. Now your spirit is louder than your fear. And Michael says, tell them they are safe to dream again. Yes, dream again. Write again. Ask again. Apply again. Pray again. Love again. You are not the same person who was hurt. You are not the same person who was betrayed. You are healed now. Restored now. Backed by heaven now. My beloved, before this message ends, Archangel Michael wants to seal this word over you. So, close your eyes now just for a moment. Take a breath and whisper this out loud. I receive the miracle. I welcome the shift. I allow the promise, and I step into my season fully and fearlessly. Say it again. Say it until your body believes it. Say it until the pain leaves. Say it until the joy rushes in. Say it until your tears become holy, because this is your crossing over moment. The spiritual Jordan River has split for you, and you are walking through it untouched. Angels are guarding every step. Miracles are marking your trail, and Michael is fighting every unseen battle for you. You are surrounded by light. You are engulfed by grace. You are covered by the promise, and every curse is now reversed. The patterns are breaking. The silence is ending. The new chapter is beginning. You've waited long enough. Now it begins. My child, my beloved, you didn't arrive here by accident. You were drawn by something divine, a magnetic pull from heaven itself. And now you are standing in front of a spiritual doorway. Michael says, tell them, do not move until the light hits them. Yes, light, because in the next few moments, you will feel something shifting in the atmosphere. It won't be visible to the eyes, but your soul will feel it. You may feel a tingle, a tear, a moment of silence inside. That is your sign. Heaven is near, and Archangel Michael is still here waiting, watching, protecting, but more than anything, he is begging you not to miss this appointment, because this message is not a message. It's a divine transaction. The miracle you've prayed for is sitting inside this sentence. The shift you've asked for is hidden in this moment, but only those who stay receive it. Only those who open all the way feel it fully. Don't be in a hurry. Don't let the world pull you away from this sacred whisper. This is the whisper that unlocks what loud prayers never could. You are being upgraded in silence. Heaven is doing open heart surgery on your life right now. No one else can see it. No one else will understand it. But you'll know. You'll know this was the exact second your story changed. Because suddenly, the things you used to tolerate will no longer feel comfortable. The people who used to drain you will feel like a weight. The choices you used to make will feel out of alignment. And it's not you changing. It's your frequency ascending. It's your soul saying, I'm ready to move with heaven now. You've been delayed long enough. Now you will begin to notice a quickening. Answers will come faster. Ideas will drop in your spirit without warning. Strangers will speak confirmation without even realizing it. You'll wake up with a knowing. You'll go to sleep feeling full again because something ancient has been restored. A fire from the time before time. Something planted inside your soul before you were born. And it's finally been activated. Michael says they have remembered who they are. Yes, you remembered. You were not born for confusion. You were not made for fear. You were created to walk in power and peace, to shine when others are dimming, to lead when others are hiding, to heal when others are hurting. That is why you feel too deep. That is why you've always been too much for some people. Because you were never meant to fit in. You were meant to set apart. Child, everything about your past was preparation. The pain, it built your discernment. The betrayal, it trained your spiritual armor. The loneliness, it sharpened your ears to heaven's voice. Nothing was wasted. God used it all. And now the rewards are about to flow in waves. Get ready, because the next 7 days will feel like prophecy fulfilled. You'll feel it in your body. Your sleep will deepen. Your face will glow. Your thoughts will clear. Your words will carry more weight. That's not just growth. That's divine inheritance. It's your portion, and no one can steal it. Not even you. You can't self-sabotage this time because heaven has sealed it, and Michael is guarding it with flame. But child, you must protect your peace. Now you can no longer entertain what drains you. You can no longer argue with people who refuse to grow. You can no longer live in rooms where your spirit shrinks. That version of you is expired, and the new you, the chosen one, they have boundaries. They have vision. They have authority. They know what they carry, and they don't let small minds speak into big destinies. Yes, child, this is your awakening, and you are not alone. There are others like you, others who are rising at the same time. The pain, it built your discernment. The betrayal, it trained your spiritual armor. The loneliness, it sharpened your ears to heaven's voice. Nothing was wasted. God used it all. And now the rewards are about to flow in waves. Get ready, because the next 7 days will feel like prophecy fulfilled. You'll feel it in your body. Your sleep will deepen. Your face will glow. Your thoughts will clear. Your words will carry more weight. That's not just growth. That's divine inheritance. It's your portion, and no one can steal it. Not even you. You can't self-sabotage this time because heaven has sealed it, and Michael is guarding it with flame. But child, you must protect your peace now. You can no longer entertain what drains you. You can no longer argue with people who refuse to grow. You can no longer live in rooms where your spirit shrinks. That version of you is expired. And the new you, the chosen one, they have boundaries. They have vision. They have authority. They know what they carry. And they don't let small minds speak into big destinies. Yes, child, this is your awakening. And you are not alone. There are others like you, others who are rising at the same time. You'll begin to meet them. They'll recognize your light. They won't be intimidated by your power. They'll protect your purpose. These are your divine alignments, and they will multiply because chosen ones attract chosen ones. And when you find each other, the enemy trembles because now your power is multiplied. You are no longer isolated. You are ignited. You are aligned. And you are walking in divine order. Do you feel that deep breath, that stillness in your chest? That's called peace. Not the kind the world gives. The kind heaven sends when you're walking in truth. The kind that confirms, yes, you're on the path. Michael wants you to write this somewhere. I am not behind. I am not broken. I am not forgotten. I am chosen. I am aligned. I am ready. Say it aloud. Let the universe record it. Let the angels echo it. Let the enemy hear it and flee, because you're not going back. This time you move forward, not in fear, but in fire, not in doubt, but in dominion, not in delay, but in divine timing. You are heaven's message wrapped in human skin. You are prophecy in motion. And this is only the beginning. My child, my beloved, you're still here. And because you stayed, something ancient just shifted in your favor. The atmosphere around your life has changed. Even if your eyes can't see it yet, your soul knows something has been released, and heaven is smiling. Michael says, only the ones who stay, the ones who wait, the ones who honor the moment, receive the full outpouring Te. You are one of them. You have proven your spirit is ready. And now, the angels can move without restriction. The barriers that stood in front of you for years, they're crumbling. They no longer hold the power they once had, because this message has done more than speak. It has broken spiritual laws. It has restructured timelines. It has reordered the path of your destiny. Yes, child, there are some things heaven was not allowed to send you before because the energy around you wasn't ready. But now you are prepared, and so is your atmosphere. You're not walking into a blessing. You're walking into a divine acceleration. What once took years will now take moments. What others have to sweat for will now find you naturally, not because you're better, but because you stayed when others scrolled away. You honored the whisper when others ignored it. You allowed heaven to finish speaking, And now the reward begins. This is not motivation. This is sacred strategy. Heaven is recalculating every detail of your life starting today. New people will enter. Old patterns will leave. New doors will open. Old fears will melt, and all of it. It will feel like divine choreography, because it is your life is being rescored, rewritten, restructured. The things that confused you before will suddenly make sense. The silence that tormented you will now become your sanctuary. The places you once dreaded will now feel like portals. You are not broken. You are transitioning. And heaven wants you to know it's okay to let go of who you were. You don't have to explain your new fire. You don't have to apologize for your growth. You don't have to shrink to make others comfortable. Your wings are spreading for a reason, and the ones who are truly for you, they will rise with you. The rest, let them fade. This next season of your life demands clarity. Not everyone can come. Not everything can stay. Let it go. Let them go. Let the old version of you return to dust, because who you are becoming is far more powerful than who you were trying to be. Archangel Michael is placing a light around you now. He calls it the ring of unshakable favor. It will attract what's meant for you and repel what is not. You won't have to figure it out. You won't have to force anything. The right people will recognize your energy immediately. The wrong ones won't even understand you. That's divine protection. That's the ring working. You've been called into higher alignment, and with that alignment comes unusual favor. Prepare yourself. You'll soon receive invitations you never applied for. Doors you didn't knock on will swing open. Money you didn't expect will find its way into your hands. Opportunities you thought were lost will return better than before. That's not luck. That's prophecy fulfilled. It's the result of a soul who stayed faithful in the quiet, a heart that chose to trust when there was no evidence. That's what you've done. And now heaven is rewarding it. But child, to be ready for people to question it. Some will say you changed. They're right. You have. You've evolved. You've remembered who you are. And no one can take that from you again. You've passed the test. You've walked through the fire. And now you wear the flame as a crown. He calls it the ring of unshakable favor. It will attract what's meant for you and repel what is not. You won't have to figure it out. You won't have to force anything. The right people will recognize your energy immediately. The wrong ones won't even understand you. That's divine protection. That's the ring working. You've been called into higher alignment, and with that alignment comes unusual favor. Prepare yourself. You'll soon receive invitations you never applied for. Doors you didn't knock on will swing open. Money you didn't expect will find its way into your hands. Opportunities you thought were lost will return better than before. That's not luck. That's prophecy fulfilled. It's the result of a soul who stayed faithful in the quiet, a heart that chose to trust when there was no evidence. That's what you've done. And now heaven is rewarding it. But child, be ready for people to question it. Some will say, you changed. They're right. You have. You've evolved. You've remembered who you are. And no one can take that from you again. You've passed the test. You've walked through the fire. And now you wear the flame as a crown. You are royalty in the spirit. And it is time to stop living as though you were forgotten. Archangel Michael whispers that you are finally ready to carry the anointing that has been guarded through every difficult season of your life. My child, this calling did not begin with you. It may feel as though something was passed through generations, prayers, values, sacrifice, and hopes carried long before you were born. Yet now you are the one choosing to answer with faith. Your willingness matters. That quiet yes you gave God was not insignificant. Every time you chose obedience, when fear told you to retreat, you strengthened the light entrusted to you and prepared yourself for greater responsibility. Your life can become an answer to prayers spoken by people who came before you. You can continue what they hoped would one day become possible, bringing greater healing, wisdom, faith, and stability into the generations that follow. So protect the light within you. Feed it through prayer, scripture, wise choices, healthy relationships, and the courage to remain faithful even when no one around you understands what God is developing in your heart. That inner light can help you recognize the resources, relationships, and opportunities that support your restoration, but do not chase them desperately. Let discernment guide you toward what is healthy, honest, and aligned with your values. Archangel Michael says, "Do not live as though everything good is permanently somewhere in the distance. Begin carrying yourself like someone who trusts that God is already working. Even when the evidence has not fully appeared, pray with confidence. Praise God before every answer is visible. But remember that faith is not pretending something has happened when it has not. Faith is trusting God while continuing to walk responsibly through what is real. In the coming days, you may notice something meaningful, an unexpected conversation, a personal reminder, or a change that catches your attention. Do not force it to become proof of anything. Simply pause and ask what wisdom it may offer. When something good arrives, resist the old habit of immediately questioning whether you deserve it. Receive healthy opportunities with gratitude while still allowing time, character, and truth to reveal what belongs in your life. Say quietly, "Thank you, God. I receive what is good, and I choose to walk in wisdom." Let those words remind you to remain grateful without allowing excitement to replace discernment. Gratitude does not magically control the timing of miracles, but it can change the way you experience your life. It helps you recognize what is already good while keeping your heart open to what may still come. The blessing ahead may be larger than one answer on your prayer list. It may unfold in layers, beginning with healing inside you before affecting the way you work, love, lead, and relate to the people around you. First, let it restore what has been wounded. Then allow that healing to strengthen your confidence and purpose. Finally, let whatever goodness you receive overflow naturally into the lives of others. That is the kind of blessing worth carrying, one that does not only elevate you, but also makes you wiser, more compassionate, more responsible, and more capable of becoming a source of peace for those connected to your life. You have been chosen to carry what comes next. not because you have proven yourself perfect, but because your heart has learned through pain, surrender, and faith how to hold something meaningful without losing sight of God. Something within you has been asking for cleansing, healing, and realignment. Heaven is not trying to frighten you with a closing window. Instead, let this moment remind you that delaying necessary change can keep your spirit weighed down longer than needed. My child, my beloved, receive these words as a wake-up call rather than a threat. Let them become a reminder that mercy often appears through clarity, conviction, and the courage to finally face what you already know must change. There is something you may need to stop doing, and part of you already recognizes it. Perhaps you have avoided it, postponed the decision, or dismissed the quiet conviction because confronting it felt uncomfortable. Archangel Michael stands as a symbol of courage and protection, reminding you not to ignore what repeatedly disturbs your peace. But discernment matters. Not every uneasy feeling is supernatural, and not every concern means danger is near. Sometimes the Holy Spirit leads through conviction, wisdom, scripture, and the repeated awareness that a habit, relationship, environment, or pattern is no longer helping you live in truth and peace. You are not required to label every feeling as spiritual warfare. Instead, become observant. Notice what consistently produces fear, confusion, exhaustion, resentment, or unhealthy behavior, and compare it carefully with what brings peace and integrity. Beloved, where you live matters because your environment influences your mind, body, and spirit. Your home can become a place where prayer, rest, honesty, kindness, and healthy boundaries are practiced every day. So, yes, this message concerns your home, but it also reaches deeper than physical walls. Think about your inner life, your habits, your body, your thoughts, and the emotional atmosphere you carry wherever you go. Perhaps those areas have been asking for attention. Maybe you need rest, forgiveness, order, healthier routines, a difficult conversation, or the courage to remove something that continually pulls you away from peace. Begin simply. Clean one neglected space. Remove what no longer serves a healthy purpose. Turn off unnecessary noise. Open a window. Pray. Breathe deeply. And allow your surroundings to become calmer. Then examine the spiritual house within you. Ask God, what am I holding that I no longer need to carry? What pattern keeps disturbing my peace? What truth have I been avoiding because changing feels difficult? Do not pressure yourself with predictions about what one evening will determine for years to come. The future is shaped by many choices, and transformation usually grows through repeated faithful decisions rather than one fearful deadline. My child, let this message become mercy, because it brings you back to awareness. Let it become a rescue rope, because it reminds you that you still have the ability to choose differently. There may be one behavior, habit, or relationship dynamic you already know needs attention. Do not condemn yourself for avoiding it until now. Become honest about it and decide on one practical step you can take. If the issue involves your safety, finance, health, or another serious matter, combine prayer with practical help. Speak with someone trustworthy. Gather facts and make decisions based on both faith and clear evidence. Archangel Michael reminds you that courage is not panic. Courage is remaining calm enough to see clearly, strong enough to establish boundaries, and humble enough to ask for help when you need it. If you believe the Holy Spirit is drawing your attention toward change, test that conviction carefully. Does it lead toward truth, love, wisdom, responsibility, and peace? If so, begin taking the next faithful step. Your home does not need fear to become sacred. It needs intention. Your inner life does not need dramatic rituals to become healthier. It needs honesty, prayer, wise choices, and consistency. So listen fully now, not because something terrible will happen if you stop reading, but because your heart may finally be ready to address what it has been quietly asking you to change. Let tonight become a beginning. Restore one corner of your home, one habit in your life, one boundary in your relationships, and one place in your heart that has been neglected. Then pray simply, Holy Spirit, give me wisdom to recognize what must change and courage to follow through. Archangel Michael, remind me to stand firmly in truth, protection, and peace. You do not need to solve everything tonight. Begin with what is clear. One honest decision can become the first step toward a home, heart, and life that feel more peaceful, ordered, and aligned with God. You are not paranoid. You are spiritually sensitive. You are not broken. You are gifted. And the war over your destiny is active right now inside your own home. Beloved, please understand, where you live is not just a physical place, it is a spiritual altar. And right now, the altar has been stained, polluted, contaminated, not by your doing, but by your allowance. There is someone or something you keep letting into your sacred space that does not align with your soul's calling, and it is draining you silently, day by day. You've noticed it. Your peace disappears the moment they leave. Your joy collapses without explanation. Your money comes and goes without cause. You clean your room, but your spirit still feels heavy. You sage the space, but the energy remains stale. You pray, but you feel blocked. It's because the house is no longer neutral ground. It has become a battleground, and the enemy has been comfortable in your comfort zone because you forgot who you are. You forgot that as a chosen one, every space you walk into must honor heaven. But lately, your house has started rejecting heaven's presence because of what's in it, because of what's been said in it, because of what's being ignored in it. Beloved, I must say this again. You must stop this. You must stop tolerating what God already exposed. You must stop giving shelter to what was sent to destroy you. And you must stop thinking you have more time, because the timing is spiritual. And your next elevation is tied to what you do tonight before 11 p.m. Yes, that is not a random number. Heaven said if they obey by 11 p.m., the curse will break, the blessing will unlock, the atmosphere will shift, the weight will lift, and your room, your bed, your walls will become holy ground again. But if not, you will feel heaven go silent for a while, not as punishment, but as protection, because if you can't clear the noise, you can't hear the next instruction. And right now, instruction is more valuable than information. I was told to deliver this specific instruction to you. Check your house. Walk your space. Look with spiritual eyes, because there is something there, something that must be removed. And you'll know it when you touch it. It will feel strange, heavy, out of place. It could be a gift from someone who envied you. It could be a letter, a note, a paper with words never meant to bless you. It could be an item, a photo, a shirt, a crystal, a symbol that is carrying the vibration of bondage. You must let it go tonight, before the clock strikes midnight, because if you delay again, the blessing meant for the appointed time will bypass you and the calendar will move, but your life will remain in the same place, and God does not want that for you. Beloved, God has been trying to reach you in your dream. You've been waking up at 2:00 a.m. 3D000 M for colon 44 M, with your heart pounding with flashes of light, with a name echoing in your head. You thought it was just anxiety, but it was a divine knock, a signal, an angel at your door trying to whisper, "Please, it's time to clean the house." But you rolled over. You scrolled your phone. You said, "I'll pray tomorrow," and the window closed. But this is your grace round. Heaven has opened the window again, and this time the angels are watching how you respond, because what you do next will be your yes or no to the divine shift. And this is not just about you. Your children are tied to this. Your finances are tied to this. Your partner is tied to this. Your health is tied to this. Even the peace of your sleep is tied to this. Beloved, what's in your house? What have you been allowing to stay? Who has been walking into your sacred space without spiritual clearance? Who has been praying against you and then stepping over your threshold? Who have you trusted that secretly speaks your downfall? God showed me there is someone in your life. They smile at you. They eat your food. They compliment your clothes. But in secret, they envy your light. They mock your name. They copy your blessings. They walk into your house to steal what they couldn't receive on their own. And you've been feeling it, but you call it just a bad vibe. Beloved, it's not just a vibe, it's a vibration of betrayal. And your house is holding on to it. Every time they left, a piece of their spirit stayed behind. A word they whispered under their breath stayed in the air. A jealous glance left a residue on your mirrors. And now you wake up tired, not because your body is weak, but because your house is under spiritual pressure. This is your moment to take it back, to take your atmosphere back, to call your angels back in, to speak aloud and say, "This house belongs to heaven." No darkness may remain, because your house is either a gate or a grave. A gate for glory to enter, or a grave where blessings go to die. And heaven is asking you, which one will it be, my child? You must decide, but not with emotion, with action. Because spiritual warfare doesn't respond to tears, it responds to authority. And you have it. You just forgot. They smile at you. They eat your food. They compliment your clothes. But in secret, they envy your light. They mock your name. They copy your blessings. They walk into your house to steal what they couldn't receive on their own. And you've been feeling it. But you call it just a bad vibe. Beloved, it's not just a vibe. It's a vibration of betrayal. And your house is holding on to it every time they left. A piece of their spirit stayed behind. A word they whispered under their breath stayed in the air. A jealous glance left a residue on your mirrors, and now you wake up tired, not because your body is weak, but because your house is under spiritual pressure. This is your moment to take it back, to take your atmosphere back, to call your angels back in, to speak aloud and say, "This house belongs to heaven. No darkness may remain, because your house is either a gate or a grave, a gate for glory to enter, or a grave where blessings go to die." And heaven is asking you, which one will it be, my child? You must decide, but not with emotion, with action, because spiritual warfare doesn't respond to tears, it responds to authority. And you have it. You just forgot. You've been giving it away. But now is your moment to reclaim it. Do you want to know why you felt like giving up recently? Why you cried out of nowhere? Why your heart ached for no reason? Because your spirit is being suffocated by an atmosphere that wasn't made for you. But God is rescuing you. And He sent this word before it was too late. You don't need to figure it all out. You just need to obey, even if you don't fully understand it. Obedience always opens the next revelation. So, here's what I want you to do. 1. Walk your house with intention. 2. Speak life in every room. 3. Open your windows and say, "I evict every energy not sent by heaven." 4. Find the item or memory that your spirit winces at. Remove it. 5. Light a candle and invite God's fire back in. 6. Speak Psalm 91 over your walls. 7. Play worship music even in silence. Let the atmosphere be soaked again. And after that, listen. Your dreams will return. Your peace will resurrect. Your finances will start flowing again, because your house was the missing piece, and now it will become the launch pad for the next season of miracles. This is your final house call. Heaven is at the door. Will you open it before 11 p.m.? My child, my beloved, don't second guess what you feel right now. Don't dismiss this tug in your chest as coincidence. This is your spirit, remembering something your mind forgot, that you are not ordinary, that your home is not supposed to be a resting place for darkness, that your calling cannot survive in an environment filled with silent war. You were born to shift atmospheres, not suffer in silence within them. But the enemy made your comfort zone his hiding place. He convinced you to normalize spiritual pressure, to label it stress, to call it just life. But I was sent by heaven to shatter that lie. Because what you're feeling isn't just emotional. It's environmental. There is a vibration living in your space. That is not yours, and you're absorbing it every single day. Every night when you lay down, you wonder why your thoughts spiral. It's because that energy is clinging to your pillow every time you wake up. You wonder why your chest feels heavy. It's because the spirit of delay has wrapped itself around your morning, and every time someone visits you, you feel drained, like they've taken something invisible from you. That's because they came for your frequency. They came to dim your glow, and they succeeded, but not anymore, because this message is heaven's decree. You must evict every unholy spirit in your environment, not tomorrow or next week. Let tonight become the moment you stop postponing what you already know needs attention. You do not need to fear a closing spiritual window, but some opportunities for change become easier when you finally act. What you have been asking God for may require a calmer environment, clearer thinking, and fewer distractions. Peace grows more easily where confusion is being addressed. So let your home become a place that supports prayer, rest, and wise decisions. My beloved, perhaps you have been waiting for something meaningful, an answer, an opportunity, a confirmation, or a breakthrough that could bring clarity to questions you have carried quietly for a long time. Do not assume that one imperfect room can block God from reaching you. Instead, recognize that your surroundings influence your emotions and attention. Creating order around you can make it easier to notice what your heart has been trying to hear. So begin tonight in a practical way. Open the windows if it feels comfortable. Clear one neglected space. Remove clutter you no longer need, and separate yourself from objects or reminders that consistently pull you back into unhealthy memories. You do not need to label everything as spiritually dangerous. Simply ask whether each thing supports peace, purpose, gratitude, and healthy living. If something repeatedly creates distress or keeps you trapped in the past, consider letting it go. Think of the blessing you are waiting for as something that deserves room in your life. Prepare that room through honesty, responsibility, prayer, and a willingness to stop protecting patterns that no longer belong in your future. You are the one who can decide what atmosphere your home will encourage. Say clearly, this home will be a place of peace, truth, prayer, rest, and respect. What repeatedly destroys those things no longer has permission to lead my choices. You do not need a preacher, a choir, or a special building to begin. You can pray wherever you are. What matters is sincerity, willingness, and the decision to align your home more closely with the values you want to live. Let your own voice become part of that commitment. Speak gently but firmly. Even if you feel emotional, you are not performing a ritual to control heaven. You are reminding yourself what you will and will not continue allowing into your life. Sai, this home belongs to God. Let peace remain here. Let bitterness lose its hold. Let unhealthy influences be recognized clearly. Let old resentment be released. And let wisdom guide what stays and what must leave. Continue. Let every harmful pattern be interrupted. Let every unnecessary delay caused by fear avoidance or confusion be addressed. Show me what I need to change, remove, repair, forgive, or reorganize. Then say, this is a place where I choose truth over fear, order over chaos, prayer over panic, and healthy boundaries over guilt. I reclaim responsibility for the atmosphere I help create within these walls. Now become still for a moment. If your breathing changes, your chest feels lighter, or the room suddenly seems quieter, do not force that feeling to prove anything supernatural. Simply notice what happens when intention replaces confusion. That stillness can be confirmation of something very practical and powerful. You have stopped avoiding the issue long enough to choose peace on purpose. And that decision can become the beginning of meaningful change. Heaven is moving. You just took authority. You just removed the mask the enemy was hiding behind. You just activated spiritual cleanup. And in the invisible realm, angels just started working. They're walking your halls. They're placing fire around your bed. They're standing guard at your door. But it's waiting at your spiritual front door, and it won't enter until the house says, "Welcome, heaven." You must be the one to open the door. You must be the one to say no more. This house belongs to God now. You don't need a preacher. You don't need a choir. You don't need a building. All you need is your voice and your willingness, because when a chosen one speaks, angels respond. And tonight they're standing by. They're waiting to clear your space. But only you have the key. Speak now, beloved. Say it aloud, even if your voice shakes. This house belongs to heaven. Every spirit not sent by God. Leave now. Every residue of envy be removed. Every curse. Break now. Every delay be reversed. Every item that holds weight be revealed and destroyed. This is holy ground. I reclaim it. Now pause. Did you feel that shift, that stillness, that trembling in your chest? That's confirmation. Heaven is moving. You just took authority. You just removed the mask the enemy was hiding behind. You just activated spiritual cleanup. And in the invisible realm, angels just started working. They're walking your halls. They're placing fire around your bed. They're standing guard at your door. And the presence of the Holy Spirit is descending like oil over your house. Don't be surprised if you sleep deeper tonight than you have in years. Don't be shocked if your dreams suddenly return with clarity and color. Don't be alarmed if you wake up with tears on your face, because your spirit just exhaled. It just got permission to rest, because finally your house is catching up to your soul. It's becoming a match, and heaven loves matches. Beloved, now that the atmosphere is shifting, the next step is simple. Watch. Yes, watch. Because now the people who were never for you will show their true face. Now the people who only loved you for your light will start to retreat. Now the lies that were hidden will be exposed. And you must not panic. It's not loss. It's alignment. Because your home is in order and disorder can't survive there anymore. Even your own thoughts will feel lighter. The sadness that lingered in the corners of your mind will start to fade. The anxiety that lived in your chest will dissolve, and new ideas will flow again. You'll want to clean your room. You'll want to open your windows. You'll feel music differently because the air is different now. It's holy. And everything you build in this energy will carry heaven's fingerprint. This is how you prepare for divine elevation. You don't just pray for blessing. You make space for it. And you just did. So, now heaven will do the rest. But I must leave you with this final word. Do not let it back in. Don't reinvite what God removed. Don't re-add who was silently subtracting from you. Don't second guess what was revealed. If you clean the house and peace returned, that's your answer. If you remove the object and clarity returned, that's confirmation. If you deleted the contact and your chest felt lighter, that was God. Don't reopen the door out of loneliness. Don't dig through the trash for yesterday's pain. This new atmosphere is sacred. Protect it. Guard it. Honor it. Because now God can dwell in your house again. And where God dwells, miracles stay. Money flows. Peace lives. Favor remains. And you, beloved, will never be the same again. So rest now. Let heaven finish what you started. And know this: tonight was not random. It was prophetic. And your obedience unlocked something generations before you could never access. You've broken the cycle, and your house is no longer just a place to live. It is now a sanctuary of miracles. And you are its guardian, my child, my beloved. Even now, as you sit in this quiet moment, there is something happening in the invisible, something shifting, something lifting. Heaven is moving furniture around in your life, removing what didn't fit you anymore, rearranging the flow of favor, reassigning angels to cover your next chapter. But do you feel it? The room feels different. Your chest feels open. Your eyes aren't as heavy. This is the result of obedience. This is what happens when a chosen soul says yes to the divine instruction, because alignment is a spiritual agreement. And tonight you said yes. And heaven has honored that yes. Even the walls are breathing differently now. Even the light in your room feels warmer. Because where light is invited, darkness cannot linger. You have no idea how close you came to missing this. You have no idea how powerful your yes was tonight. But God saw it. The angels documented it. And now the ripple is starting to. You may not see it all in this hour, but over the next 7 days, beloved, things will begin to change. People will call unexpectedly. Ideas will spark in your mind without effort. Solutions you've been praying for will arrive without delay. And the tight places in your life, they'll begin to loosen because the atmosphere around you is different now. Your house has become a beacon, and heaven is responding. But beloved, let me tell you something very few people ever understand. Spiritual upgrades come with spiritual responsibility. Now that your house is holy again, you must treat it like it's sacred. Don't let just anyone walk in. Don't let any energy sit on your couch. Don't let conversations of chaos echo through your halls. Protect your gate, because the enemy is subtle. If he can't bring chaos through objects, he'll try to bring it through people. If he can't bring it through people, he'll try to bring it through noise, through arguments, through tension, through distraction. But now you know what to watch for. You're not blind anymore. You are spiritually alert, and because of that, you will recognize instantly what doesn't belong. Let me teach you something, my beloved. Whenever a major miracle is about to enter your life, the first sign is usually discomfort, sudden tiredness, strange thoughts, unexplainable emotion. Why solutions you've been praying for will arrive without delay, and the tight places in your life, they'll begin to loosen because the atmosphere around you is different now. Your house has become a beacon, and heaven is responding. But beloved, let me tell you something very few people ever understand. Spiritual upgrades come with spiritual responsibility. Now that your house is holy again, you must treat it like it's sacred. Don't let just anyone walk in. Don't let any energy sit on your couch. Don't let conversations of chaos echo through your halls. Protect your gate because the enemy is subtle. If he can't bring chaos through objects, he'll try to bring it through people. If he can't bring it through people, he'll try to bring it through noise, through arguments, through tension, through distraction. But now you know what to watch for. You're not blind anymore. You are spiritually alert, and because of that, you will recognize instantly what doesn't belong. Let me teach you something, my beloved. Whenever a major miracle is about to enter your life, the first sign is usually discomfort, sudden tiredness, strange thoughts, unexplainable emotion. Why? Because the spirit realm begins to stir before the physical realm shifts, and your body, your house, your space, all begin to sense the movement. That's why you felt that weight recently, that pressure, that tension in your sleep. It wasn't punishment. It was preparation because your miracle was drawing near, and the energy around you had to match the magnitude of what's coming. You had to be purified. Your house had to be sanctified because you don't just host guests. You host glory. And where glory lives, there must be room. So, now that you've made room, heaven can pour again. And, beloved, it's going to pour. You will see provision from places you forgot. You will hear your name spoken in rooms you've never stepped into. You will find yourself drawn to new spaces, new voices, new circles that match the new atmosphere you've created. And those who once misunderstood you, they'll start to miss you. But don't return. You've crossed over now. You've been upgraded. You've passed the house test. And now you qualify for the house blessing. Yes, there is such a thing, a blessing that attaches not just to your name, but to your home, a frequency that makes everything in your environment flow better. Even your food will taste different. Your sleep will be deeper. The light in your eyes will return because God is no longer knocking. He's dwelling. He's with you. He's staying. But don't take it lightly. Don't get lazy in your praise. Don't forget the process because it was your obedience that brought him in. So keep praising. Keep praying. Keep speaking words of life in your space, because you are now the priest of your household. Yes, you, even if you live alone, even if no one believes in you, even if your name was mocked, you are heaven's appointed one for this house. And as long as you stand in it, the enemy cannot claim it. There's something else I must tell you. Beloved, there is a specific visitor coming in the next few days. They will come with smiles, but your spirit will feel the same cold you used to feel before tonight. Don't ignore it. This is your final test. They are not evil, but they carry old energy, energy that no longer fits your purified space. You will have to make a decision to allow them in or to protect your peace. This decision will confirm your readiness. And if you choose peace, if you say no with love, a new opportunity will open instantly. God always rewards protection of peace, because peace is not a luxury. It is a strategy, and you are learning to use it now. Do not feel guilty for saying no when peace requires it. You do not need to apologize for growing, changing, or protecting healthy boundaries. Not everyone will understand what it cost you to rebuild yourself, and they do not have to. Let people think what they choose. God sees the effort, discipline, and healing that others may never notice. What matters now is that you stop abandoning your own peace simply to make other people comfortable with the version of you they preferred. Over the next several hours, you may notice unusual tiredness, waves of emotion, or even moments of deep calm. Do not immediately assign those feelings a supernatural meaning. Your body may simply be responding to stress, beginning to loosen. When you have lived around chaos for a long time, peace can feel unfamiliar at first. Silence may even make you restless because your nervous system became accustomed to constant tension. Noise, conflict, or distraction. Stay with the quiet instead of rushing to fill it. Turn down unnecessary noise. Sit somewhere comfortable. Breathe slowly and allow your mind to settle. Peace becomes easier to recognize when you stop running from stillness. In that quieter space, you may begin hearing your own thoughts more clearly. Ideas may return. Problems that once felt tangled may begin looking simpler because your mind finally has enough room to process them without constant pressure. Let your authentic voice return. For too long, it may have been buried beneath other people's expectations, criticism, fear, or endless demands. Now give yourself permission to recognize what you truly think, need, and value. Listen carefully, but remain grounded. Your inner voice should not pull you toward panic or reckless decisions. Healthy clarity usually leads toward honesty, patience, responsibility, stronger boundaries, and a deeper sense of peace. What comes next will require your attention. Divided focus can keep you trapped in old patterns. So simplify where you can. Let your home become calmer, your mind become clearer, and your choices become more intentional. Think of this as a new beginning, not merely through words, but through evidence created by your actions. Dreams become meaningful when they are followed by consistent choices, wise preparation, and courage. You may begin walking into opportunities that once seemed closed. New provision, healthier relationships, and different environments may become possible because you are no longer carrying every old wound into every new room. You are learning to walk lighter. That does not mean pretending the past never happened. It means allowing what happened to teach you without giving it permanent authority over where you are going. And when new doors appear, enter them with discernment rather than desperation. Light does not mean every opportunity is automatically right. Pray, observe, ask questions, and choose what consistently reflects truth, respect, and peace. Beloved, let tonight become sacred through gratitude. Before you sleep, speak one sincere thank you to God for something that has already changed. Even if the change seems small, whisper it if that is all you have strength for. Cry if the emotions come. Gratitude does not guarantee a particular outcome, but it can help your heart recognize grace that fear might otherwise overlook. Tomorrow may not transform every circumstance overnight, but you can wake with a different posture toward your life. You can choose greater clarity, stronger boundaries, deeper faith, and less attachment to the chaos you once normalized. Let this be more than hopeful words. Let it become a commitment to live differently, protect what brings peace, release what repeatedly destroys it, and keep walking toward the life God is helping you rebuild.